SEO title: When to Attack in Pickleball, the complete 2026 guide to perfect timing, speed-ups, third shots, and winning more points. Video script: Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're here, you're serious about pickleball, and you want to know exactly when to attack in pickleball so you can stop guessing, stop missing easy opportunities, and start dominating rallies like the pros do in 2026. I'm telling you right now, this one skill, knowing precisely when to attack versus when to reset or keep dinking, is the single biggest separator between 3.5 players who plateau and 4.5 plus players who win tournaments and climb the duper rankings. Today we're going deep, super deep. We're talking over an hour of pure strategy talk, because I want this to be the most complete, most actionable guide you've ever heard on when to attack in pickleball. No fluff, no filler, just real talk that you can take straight to the court tomorrow and see results. We're covering the exact checklist the pros use: third shot decisions that win or lose games, dink rally speed-ups that catch opponents completely off guard, serving and return attacks, positional magic, common mistakes that kill your offense, and drills you can do today to train your brain to spot attack windows in milliseconds. By the end of this, you're going to have a crystal clear mental framework, so every time the ball comes to you, your body already knows. Green light attack, yellow light neutral, or red light reset. Sound good? Let's dive in. First, let's set the stage so we're all on the same page. Pickleball is a game of patience and explosion. Most points are won or lost at the kitchen line in dink rallies that feel like they go on forever. But the truth is, the attack windows are shorter than you think, and they appear more often than beginners realize. The non-volley zone, that kitchen area, is there to prevent volley wars right at the net, so everything revolves around who controls the kitchen line first and who forces the other team to pop the ball up. Attacking in pickleball is not about swinging as hard as you can every single time. That's what 3.0 players do, and they lose more points than they win. Real attacking is about timing, positioning, balance, and reading the ball height relative to the net. The net is 34 inches in the middle and 36 on the sides. That number is burned into every pro's brain because it's your number one trigger. If you can contact the ball above net height on your side of the court, especially if it's bouncing waist high or higher, you have a green light to attack. If it's below knee height, almost always reset. That simple height rule alone will add hundreds of points to your game once you internalize it. Let me break down the full attack checklist that every advanced player uses subconsciously. Number 1, ball height. Above the net tape at contact point equals attack opportunity. Waist high or chest high after the bounce? Even better. You can hit down on the ball, create sharp angles, and put it away, or at least force a weak reply. Below the net or below your knees? That's reset territory. You're hitting upward and giving your opponents an easy put away if you force it. Pros literally say out loud in their head, "See the bottom of the ball," as a visual cue. If you can see the bottom half of the ball coming toward you, it's high enough to attack safely. Can't see it? Reset. Number 2 on the checklist, your body position and balance. Are you balanced with your weight forward, paddle in front, knees bent, split step ready? Then attack. Are you reaching, off balance, leaning back, or caught in no man's land in the transition zone on a low ball? Reset immediately and get back to neutral. Attacking from an unstable base is how you spray balls into the net or pop them up for your opponents to smash. Number 3, opponent positioning. Are they pulled wide to the sideline? Are both of them stuck deep behind the baseline? Is one player scrambling or caught flat-footed after a heavy dink? That's your cue. Open court means attack. If they're perfectly centered at the kitchen line and ready, maybe hold off unless the ball is screaming high. Number 4, your partner's readiness. You never attack in isolation in doubles. Is your partner at the kitchen line with you, paddle up, split-stepping, ready to poach or cover the middle? If yes, attack. If they're still transitioning or out of position, play safe and give them time to get there. Number 5, the score and game situation. Down 10-9 in a game to 11? Maybe be a little more selective. Up 10-6? You can take slightly higher percentage risks because the pressure is on them. But honestly, At the recreational and even tournament level, the first four checklist items matter way more than the score. Let's talk about the third shot because this is where so many points are decided and where most players get it wrong. You just served, your opponent returned it, now it's your third shot. Drop or drive? The answer depends on exactly what kind of return you got. If the return is short and high, bouncing up in the transition zone, or even inside your kitchen on a high arc, that's prime third shot drive territory. You step in, drive it low and hard at their feet, or down the line, and you immediately put pressure on them while you and your partner rush the net. The drive works because they're already out of position from a weak return. If the return is deep and low, pushing you back near the baseline, or if it's a neutral ball that lands around the transition zone but low, go with the third shot drop every single time. A soft, spinning drop that lands in their kitchen, ideally in the middle or at their backhand feet, forces them to dink up and gives you and your partner the time you need to get to the kitchen line together. The drop is the safer, higher percentage play 70 to 80% of the time at the 4.0 level and above. Here's a pro tip that changed my game: the drive-drop combo. If you get a short, high return, drive the third shot aggressively to push them back or force a pop-up. Then, even if they block it back, your fifth shot becomes the drop, because now they're off balance and you've bought yourself time to advance. Mixing these keeps opponents guessing and prevents them from camping at the kitchen waiting for your predictable drop. Now let's move into the dink rally phase, because this is where the real magic of knowing when to attack in pickleball happens. You and your partner are at the kitchen line, opponents are at theirs, and you're in a soft dink battle. Most beginners either dink forever until someone makes a mistake, or they speed up way too early on low balls and lose the point. Pros wait for specific triggers. Trigger number 1 in dinks: the ball pops up above net height. That dead dink that bounces a little high because your opponent didn't get enough underspin or they're tired? Green light. You speed it up straight ahead or at the body. Why straight? Higher margin for error, and it's harder for them to counter with angle. Trigger number 2. You've pulled one opponent wide with cross-court dinks. They're stretched out on the sideline. Now you change direction and attack down the middle or at the open player who's trying to cover. The middle attack is deadly because neither player wants to take it, and they often collide or leave it for the other. Trigger number 3. Your opponent is off balance or their paddle is late. You see their feet shuffling, shoulders turning the wrong way, or they just hit a dink that was a little too floaty. That's your moment. Speed it up with a little extra zip, but keep it controlled. Remember, the best speed-ups look exactly like your normal dink until the last millisecond. Disguise is everything. Trigger number 4. You're simply in better position than they are. You're both at the kitchen, but you feel centered, balanced, and your partner is poaching ready. Even a neutral height ball can sometimes be attacked if the risk-reward is right and you're feeling it. But here's what not to do in dink rallies. Do not speed up low balls below the net. Do not attack when you're reaching wide. Do not speed up every single dink just because you're bored or impatient. Patience wins more points than power at the kitchen line in 2026. The pros are so good at dinking now that the first speed up is often just a setup for the second or third ball. You speed up to force a weak reply, then you put it away on the next shot. Controlled aggression, not reckless swinging. Let's talk serving and return of serve attacks because a lot of players miss these opportunities. On your serve, you want a deep, spin-heavy serve that lands near the baseline so your opponent is forced to return from deep. If they pop the return up short and high, your third shot drive becomes an attack. If they return deep and low, drop. Simple. On the return of serve, you're usually not attacking immediately unless the serve is super short and high. Most returns should be deep and low to push the server back. But if you get a weak serve that bounces high in your forehand or backhand attack zone, you can drive the return aggressively and rush the net yourself. The return drive is becoming more popular in 2026 because servers are getting better, but the weak ones are still there to be punished. Positional play ties everything together. Stacking, switching, middle coverage, these are advanced, but they create more attack windows. When you stack on the serve, you're optimizing so your stronger forehand player can attack more balls in the middle. When both of you are at the kitchen, the player who is in better balance gets to be the attacker while the other covers. Communication is key. Call mine or yours on attackable balls so you don't double up or leave gaps. Now let's get practical with some real play scenarios so you can visualize this. Imagine you're serving from the right side. You hit a deep serve with heavy spin. Opponent returns it cross court, but a little short and floating. You step in on your third shot. See the ball waist high, you're balanced, partner is ready at net. You drive it hard down the line at the opponent's backhand foot. They block it up weakly. Your partner, already at the kitchen, volleys it away for a winner. That's a perfect third shot attack sequence. Another scenario, long dink rallies, 6 or 7 shots in. You've been dinking cross-court patiently. Your opponent finally gets a little lazy on their backhand dink, and it floats up above the net right in front of you. You see the bottom of the ball, you're balanced, you speed it up straight down the middle at their body. They panic, pop it up, and you or your partner put it away. That's the dink speed up done right. One more. You're in the transition zone on your third shot. The return is low and deep. If you try to drive it, you're hitting up, and the ball will probably sail long or give them an easy volley. Instead, you reset with a perfect drop into their kitchen. Now you advance safely. 2 shots later, they try to attack a low ball and pop it up. You punish. See how patience created the attack window? I want to spend some time on common mistakes because avoiding these will instantly make you better at knowing when to attack in pickleball. Mistake number 1. Attacking low balls from the transition zone. I see this all the time. Player gets a low third shot, tries to rip it anyway, and either nets it or gives the opponent a sitting duck at the net. Solution: reset, 95% of the time from transition on low balls. Mistake number 2. Speeding up too early in dink rallies without checking the checklist. They hit a good low dink, you attack anyway because you're impatient. And now they counter and you're in trouble. Wait for the trigger. Mistake number 3. Attacking when your partner isn't ready. You speed up, but your partner is still back or not split-stepping. Opponents poach the middle and win the point. Always check partner position. Mistake number 4. Forcing attacks when opponents are perfectly positioned and balanced. You're just feeding them easy putaways. Sometimes the best attack is no attack. Keep dinking until they crack. Mistake number 5. Forgetting to disguise your speed up. If you wind up big or change your grip, obviously, they see it coming and counter. Make every dink look identical until the moment you accelerate. To train this, you need drills. Here's the first one, the height recognition drill. Have a partner or coach feed you balls at different heights from the kitchen line. Call out loud, attack, or reset before you hit. Do 50 reps. Your brain will start to wire the height trigger automatically. Drill number 2, dink rally speed up timing. Play a controlled dink rally to 5 in a row. On the 6th ball, if it meets the checklist, one player speeds it up. If you miss or get countered, start over. This teaches patience and perfect timing. Drill number 3, third shot decision making. One player serves, the other returns randomly short high or deep low. The server has to instantly decide drop or drive based on the return quality. Film it and review. You'll see your decision making improve fast. Drill number 4, partner coordination attack drill. Both at kitchen, dink for a set number of shots, then one speeds up when they see the trigger. The other partner has to be ready to cover or poach. Builds trust and chemistry. Advanced players in 2026 are adding spin layers to their attacks. Topspin on speedups makes the ball dip faster and bounce higher for your opponent. Backspin on drops makes them slide and stay low. Mix in some slice dinks that curve away to pull opponents even wider before you attack the open court. Mental game matters too. The best attackers are patient but decisive. They trust their checklist so they don't second guess. They stay present in the point instead of thinking ahead or getting frustrated. If you miss an attack, next point. No big deal. The more you practice the checklist, the more automatic it becomes, and the less you think during the point. Let's talk about different skill levels quickly. If you're 3.0 to 3.5, focus 80% on the height and balance checklist and mostly reset in transition. Your attacking will come naturally as you get better drops. At 4.0, start mixing third shot drives on the right returns and learn to speed up in dinks after 5 or 6 shots. At 4.5 and above, you're using controlled aggression speed-ups as setups, reading opponent body language, and attacking cross-court more often because hands are so good now. I've seen players jump an entire rating point in a month just by mastering when to attack in pickleball instead of trying to hit harder. It's not about power, it's about timing and decision-making. One last thing before we wrap, equipment can help a tiny bit. Paddles with a little more power and spin like the latest 2026 models make speed-ups easier to control. But honestly, the strategy and timing are 95% of it. Technique on your swing path matters. Low to high for topspin attacks, firm but controlled contact. So there you have it, the complete playbook on when to attack in pickleball in 2026. You now know the exact checklist, when to drive versus drop on the third shot, exactly when to speed up in dink rallies, how to coordinate with your partner, the drills to train it, and the mistakes to avoid. If you implement even half of what we talked about today, your win rate is going to skyrocket. Drop your current rating and your biggest takeaway in the comments below. I read every single one, and I love hearing your success stories. If you want the next video in this series on defending against attacks or advanced poaching, smash that like button and let me know. Thanks for watching. Get out there, practice those attack windows, and I'll see you on the court. Keep grinding, keep improving, and most importantly, have fun out there. This is the year you become the player everyone fears at the net. Catch you in the next one. Peace.